All right, so a lot of people still want to refer to her as Stephanie Okereke, but she's married, so she's called Stephanie Okereke Linus. She prefers her father's name to be somewhere in the middle, and she's a Nigerian movie star. She has starred in a lot of movies, gone ahead to do her own productions. I'm sure you've seen the movie Dry. That's a production of hers talking about, fistula, which is one of the reasons why she's here in Ghana. She's also here for the Glitz Awards. We're going to be talking entertainment with her. Or was it late last year? She was all over social media because she had a bundle of joy. I think the baby's already 1 year.
It's going to 2 years, actually.
Okay, so it's more than a year now.
Yeah.
Well, great to have you in Ghana.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
We love the fact that you're here with us here on Joy News, and I love your jacket too.
Thank you very much. I love your lipstick.
Okay, so you're here for the Glitz Award, and you're going to be having a word for fistula, because you're a rep from the UNFPA.
Yes. UNFPA is also supporting Glitz Awards, so I'm here to as the ambassador to also support what they're doing in Ghana. I also help talk about some of the programs that UNFPA is doing in Accra, in Africa.
Well, now did that contract come after Dry, or before Dry you were an ambassador for UNF?
Actually, after Dry.
Okay. So it means that Dry was a big success.
Yes, it is.
You picked up an award at the, well, it still is.
It still is.
It picked up an award at the Ames, a very great one. I was there. Yes. No, at the Ames, yes, last year.
At Ames, yes. It was the best Nigerian film. AMBC, the best African film. Yes.
It's doing wonders then.
Yes. Well, I'm happy about the film.
Tell me about the concept, where you developed the concept from. Why did you decide to do a movie as that it was so touching?
The concept came from me hearing the story about fistula from a friend of mine while I was still at the university, and the thoughts never left me. I just felt that nobody should be going through such situation, and I also counted myself lucky that I have a choice to go to school, have an education, decide when to get married, what to do with my body and everything, and a lot of women don't have those choices. So I just decided to research more, and the more I researched, I found out there are horrific things that are happening to these girls, and I just felt that we need to tell their story, be the voice of those voiceless women, and bring their situation, bring attention to the situation and things that they're going through. And that's where the idea of the film, but my career was still growing, because then I was still at university, I was still growing in the industry. So as my career was growing, Nollywood was growing, I just felt it was a great platform to use the tool of storytelling to shed more light on the plight of this African women.
But recently, after we've seen all the story, we've seen the awards that it brought you and all that, somebody just came out and said that movie was written by her. She gave it to your PA and blah, blah, blah. And then she was going to sue you for 1 million naira or something.
I think the person, I don't even like to address the issue, because I think maybe the person is insane from somewhere. I really don't know, because I don't know you. Your only link to me is saying someone that knows me. And before I even met someone that knows you, I've already finished shooting my film. So I really did not understand where that was coming from. But I addressed the situation, and I'm also going to deal with it very seriously.
Tell us how.
Don't worry about that.
No, we want to have the gist of it.
No, because people just don't wake up. Not because you're a popular person. Someone thinks that they can wake up from anywhere and just lie or smell your personality or it just doesn't make sense. And this movie has been in the public space for like how many years? I'm almost moving to the next project, and all of a sudden you just remember that something happened. So it's really outrageous, and I just feel it's really sad, and maybe people should pick their battle and watch the person that they need to attack. So
no go area.
Yeah, for me, I have no qualms about that. People who knew me, I met a lot of people. I had an accident, broke my leg with my half leg. I went to Sierra Leone. I was going to Fistula Hospital talking about fistula. That was like way back since 2006. So it's not, I'm not bothered about it. It's just one of those distractions, but it's been handled.
It's been handled. Okay, away from that, let's talk about the Nigerian movie industry. We've seen you go outside Nigeria to do productions and all that. And people have said that there are new faces now. We have hardly would you find Stephanie again in any Nigerian production. Is it that you've moved away from the Nigerian setting?
But I just did Dry. It's in the Nigerian
that's
setting.
A long time ago.
No,
and that's your production as well.
Yes, that's my production.
Maybe that's why.
No, I haven't moved away. Even it was so funny last week. I was reading the script, but somehow you just want to. At some point, you just want to do that film, those kind of films. So sometimes it's just about preference. And I'm still acting very much involved and, just waiting for the right kind of project to be involved in. And also, you also want to be versatile. You just don't want to only be in Nigerian film. I did a movie in America. It's still going around festival. It also was released in America. It's called Boonfield Redemption. It was an American epic movie. And, you just want to try new things, really. But I'm still very much an actress. And in case all you Ghanaian producers are looking for actors, I am here.
How much will for pay?
I don't know yet. So when you come...
At this stage, I'm not sure we will be able to afford.
You see, that is a scary thing. Why would you be able to afford? Of course you should.
This is Stephanie Linus we're talking about. Brand ambassador, producer extraordinaire. She's paid a due in the industry.
Yes.
Can we pay?
So that means you won't be working. No, you can. But if you bring the right project, yes, I'll do it. But if the project is right, I will. I want to be. I don't believe it's more like being in the right kind of production, so that it's not about doing like 10 movies and nobody hears about it, but you can do one film and everybody hears about it. So that's is our preference, and finding the right kind of project.
So now what it definitely means is that you're sifting through the kind of scripts you're given.
Yeah, of course. Well, right from time, I've always done that. So it's just, and then there's time, time to take a break, have a baby, chill, and just relax and redefine yourself, where you're going. And it's like milestones in your life. And okay, what do I try? What new things do I want to do? I remember in 2000, after I recovered from my accident, I'm like, okay, what do I do? I said I wanted to study directing. I went to the New York Film Academy, studied directing. I did a film, and that film was one of the films that changed the course of the Nigerian film industry. It was the first to hit the 10 million marks in the Nigerian theater, where nobody was going there to watch Nigerian films. So the story kind of like changed. And now there was a romantic comedy that I did, and now I'm doing this serious movie called Dry. So I don't know what the next one will be, or the next one I will be involved in. So it depends.
Let's come a bit to family. Now, people love you. They've been following your story. You're an inspiration to a lot of people because you gave yourself a second try. And this time around is working marvelously for you.
I don't know what you mean by a second try.
Okay, so let me break it down. So this is the second time you're deciding to settle.
I thought there's something called annulment. So it never happened.
Okay.
Thank you. So it's the first.
So it's the first. So you want to think that the first never happened?
Well, there was an annulment, and that's it.
No, I'm asking because you're an inspiration to other people
Yeah,
who might have
happened.
given up and saying that I've done it once, it never worked. You know how it is, about with marriage in the African setting, there's always pressure on you to go settle down, and somebody says, oh, I admire her, she did it once, it didn't work, she's done it a second time and it's working for her. Maybe I'm taking inspiration.
Well, if you want to put it that way, but like I said, there's something called the annulment now is the first. So, but it's more like you don't have to give up on anything. There's so much living, there's so much life to live. Why do you want to give up? You keep trying till you get it. Failure is still part of the process. You fail, you pick up yourself, you dust yourself up, but just keep going forward. That is the advice I'll give. Don't ever give up on anything because of the bad experience you've gone through, or don't give up on love because some guy treated you badly. That is just him. You will find someone who will love you and worship you. So I'm that kind of person. I'm very optimistic. I'm very positive. So, and that's how I see life. So I like to try new things and just don't let anything weigh you down. So,
Can we talk a bit about Nigeria?
Yeah, well, it depends on it. You people are so like...
Because we love, you're just close to us. Now we are hearing of Sierra Leone and everybody's like, this could have happened in Ghana. So we are hearing things about Nigeria. We are thinking like, they're just close to us. We do business with them. They are siblings and all that. And in the entertainment space, what we've been monitoring recently is resume or resign. I don't know if you followed the protest. Oh my goodness. Charlie Boy, yeah. Jim Ike and all that, calling on the president to either resume or resign. Your take?
First of all, we're calling for him to return in good health, because definitely you don't wish anybody bad. And but it's time for, but the vice president is there. He's doing the job that he's supposed to be doing. And we're just watching the situation. I usually don't... you just watch before you make the kind of statement that you want to make. But, the good thing is that people are speaking up, people are reacting, and people are being uncomfortable. So it's time for you to start talking to people and just knowing that they're not going to sit down and just allow anything to happen. So we're hopeful, Nigeria. We're watching, and we're watching seriously.
You're watching seriously,
yeah.
But it looks like a lot of the young ones want to go into politics now. I've seen Yul Edochie, I've seen KC also. All of them want to go for governorship of Anambra State. But it looks like a lot of things is happening in Nigeria. Nigerian young folks want to
They
enter
should,
politics?
because all the guys who are leading us went into politics at their young age. So if you're like 30 something, of course you should, if you want to. But some other people think there are various ways in which they can also create the change that is needed. So yeah, so if politics is your thing, why not?
That is not your thing.
Never say never. Yeah.
If you decide which of the states.
I don't know. I just say never say never. I never say never. So you never can tell. So sometimes you might just think you're this person and the situation happens, something propels you. You never can tell. You never can tell. That's what I'm saying. Never say never.
Never say never. Because I'm just pressing some more because you've asked for the young ones to go with him and
to aspire for political office, yes. And, being a UNFPA ambassador, these are some of the things that I also encourage good governors, young people to be active. You're complaining on the side. If there are ways to getting involved in the decision-making process of something that concerns your life, why not? If you have the ability for leadership, we need good leaders in Africa. So, yes, we should encourage young people to run for office.
But yet the other ones think that, you need to be of a certain age. You can be young and come competing with them. You don't have the wisdom. I don't have a problem
with the old and the young, because the old, as far as you're doing the right thing, it's not about you being old or being young, but if you can do the job, go for it.
Now, let's come back to the reason you're here. Okay. I know that's a lot more comfortable for you. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I thought we're talking entertainment.
Yes. So I didn't want you to feel uncomfortable.
I'm good.
You're good. You're good. Okay. So let's do this last one before we come to. Since you're good.
I know. Yeah. Go back to why I'm here in Ghana. Okay.
So it looks like from what we read, it took a while for you to have a baby. Was it a decision you made, or you decided to
What is this fascination? There's just so much fascination having a baby. We had a baby. Yeah. So what is the fascination on the timing? It's about, I do understand, it's God's timing, and also God's timing aligns with also how you feel and the things that you want for yourself. And actually, we encourage young people, when you get married, at least stay at least 1.5 years, know yourself, bond, because when that little man comes in, he's not looking at anybody's faces. All attention is on him. So it's also good for husband and wife to bond, to get to know each other, because when that pressure comes in, you've already known each other very well so that you guys can blend in. So I'm happy and I'm very grateful to God that he gave me this opportunity to be a mother. I think it's something he's entrusting someone to you. So that is just a big responsibility that every day I thank him for. And I thank him that he came at the right time. He don't, in my life, he always at the right time. So it's not about waiting, it's about just the right time. And when your mind and your soul aligns, he has given you everything just for you to key into it. And when you key into it, you get it.
What about celebrity status and ambassadorial roles these days in Africa? Initially, we hardly saw that. But all of a sudden, we're getting one ambassador or the other. What are we doing right?
What kind of ambassadorship?
So now you're an ambassador for UNFPA. I'm sure that you have other roles you play, or some people who have contacted you to do some works for them as an ambassador. Initially, we didn't used to have celebrities do that. Yes, cast your mind to when you started.
I did. Wait. Maybe UNFPA, but we've always done our best. So even if it's a product, if it's some things, it's part of the process.
Yeah, it took a while because now it's becoming very familiar or very popular on social media. You see this as an ambassador for that. You're promoting this thing there, promoting that thing there. I'm just wondering what we are doing right, though.
Well, maybe people are paying attention and people are realizing the influence that these people have, and it's not something to be ignored.
So, have you ever gone on a podium to give a message as an ambassador for somebody and you say, you don't represent what you're speaking for?
I won't become an ambassador if I don't believe in the product. I mean, there have been certain people who have approached me and it doesn't align with my brand, and I don't go for it. But if I go for it, that means I've actually thought about the process truly, and I love what it represents, and then I'll align with it.
Tell us all we need to know about fistula. All that we need to know, all the care that we need to give ourselves, what we need to.
I thought the interview was for like 5 minutes. Okay, you just fistula is okay. It's a situation where a woman, goes through prolonged labor, obstructed labor, and she end up being incontinent. Incontinent in the sense that she can't control her urine or feces. And this happen when she's in labor for a long time, and it's also prone to happen more to young girls who are not fully developed, but mainly for women who are in labor who do not have the right skilled people around during that time. So that's what fistula is about. And some people end up having it for years. I met someone who have had it since 1976 and she only got repaired. And there's a woman that had it since the Nigerian Civil War and she got repaired when she was 80. So, you find all these horrible stories and their family reject them, their husbands and everybody reject them. But this is some of the things that we're preaching against to tell women who have fistula, to tell them that there's hope and they can get repaired. They should go to a fistula hospital nearby and, get repaired. And UNFPA is doing a wonderful job because they're providing free surgeries for these women, training the doctors because it's not all doctors that want to be fistula surgeons. So they're training them to make sure that they, repair these women. But most importantly, we want to create awareness about the maternal health issues so that, because we say prevention is better than cure. So if we prevent them from having fistula, so the backlog, we can at least, finish dealing with that so that we can eradicate this thing completely from Africa.
So I hear you have a TV show, Make Me Fabulous. Sounds like you're making up people, but I'm sure it's away from that though.
No, it's a TV show that it's making couples realize the reason why they got married in the first place by creating an atmosphere of love and, getting them to spend time with one another and let them reminisce on when they met and resolve any kind of issues that they get. So we would pick them up from their houses, we take them to lovely restaurants, we glam them up with our fashion glam squad and then they have dinner. There's a lot of spicy things that were added in the second season. We did the first season where we just finished it in the second season, but it's a wonderful way. We've seen the impact that they've had on couples. They've settled some issues, and just to let people know that being married is fun. It's not a difficult thing. It's just you having understanding and having communicating and just being there for one another. And it's just a way of healing the society because we feel that the family unit is intact. If the husband and wife is intact, it trickles down to the children and also trickles down to the larger society. And that's the reason why we're doing the show.
And this is your production?
Yes, it is.
I'm wondering why, even though you've told me because you think that why did you choose that of all the things that you could do?
See, that's what I'm saying. I'm in stage with my wife that I have to do things that matter. So I feel that it matters. A lot of young people are afraid to get married, and people who are married feel marriage is boring, but I don't think so. But it just little misunderstanding, just we forgetting about the little things. It's all about the little things and you paying attention. And that's what we're trying to draw their, bring back their mind to say there was a reason why you decided to get married in the first place. Let's find it.
What does stardom mean to you?
What does stardom mean to me? Stardom means to me that it gives me access. I like that. But the good thing is me realizing, me being appreciative and thanking God every day for giving me, making me who I am, but also realizing that it's not just for you. It's for you to use the platform that you've been given to do positive things, to help one day find who, to, just help change lives, to help do something. You never can tell because you can't just say, oh, it's for me, I don't care. But some people are watching your life and they're learning and they're doing things. So you also have to be careful about the things that you do. So, so that's it. It's just what it means to me. But I love it. I wouldn't change it for anything.
It brings a lot of goodies, doesn't it?
It does.
Thank you very much.